I changed my glasses here to my computer glasses. And let me just do this. How's everybody doing today? Hey, how's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing today? I been just busy. I'm gonna wait for everybody to get in. Excuse me. I'm blowing my nose because I just sat down, not because I want you people to watch me blow my nose. I've been pretty busy. Let me just check this lens here. Oh, that's better. I have been pretty busy today. I've been getting much better sleep. I took a half a lorazepam last night and none the night before. So it's not that I'm weaning myself off, but I really needed the sleep. So I slept from midnight, 12:30 till 3. And then I got up. I went to the bathroom. Gracie went to the bathroom. I took a half of lorazepam and went back to bed. And I got about 8 hours of broken sleep, like 3 hours, then 4 hours, and then another hour. So I'm full of piss and vinegar today. All right, give me a couple more minutes, and I'm going to go behind the fan, and then I'm going to, if you want me to say hi, please say hi in the chat so that I can come back and say hello. Okay, hang on. I'm going to go behind the fan because I've been busy today. The rain yesterday was amazing. Yet my front tomatoes are still wilting again. It's like the sun is just too much almost. The hail did not do any damage as far as I can see. It wasn't really big hail and there wasn't a lot of it. It wasn't like we were being dumped with hail. It was in the rain and it wasn't as bad as I thought. All right, give me a second and I'm going to pop out the participants. Uh-oh, somebody's here. Let me see. Remember to say hello. Okay, let me see. Whoops. No. Don't do that. Sometimes my boobs type for me when I'm leaning. Okay, here we go. Did you just come in from outside? Oh, you're nice and warm. You had a big cold drink of water. Yes. Yes, mama baby. You were so good. You are such a good girl. Yes. Can I have a kiss? You want a treat? You want a treat, don't ya? All right. There you go. You can have one. You seeing the flies too? I know they're driving me nuts. And there's two. That's all you're getting because you're going to want one later. Okay? Okay? Ow! Watch your nails, baby. All right, get down, go lay in front of the fan. She scratched me. Right there. Anyway. All right, let's pop out the chat. Pop out the chat. And then say hi. Oh, no, that's not going to work either, is it? Let me see. Oh, yeah, there it is. Hey, Brit Wannabe. Seashell, hello, my darling. Claire Quinn, Becky, hi. Waldo, FYI, Candy, Karen, Kathy, Kitty Cat, Lacey Black, Leanne Bishop, Lynn Smith, Mary Jane Will, Sally Starn, Sandy Pacheco, and Sherry Leach, Teresa, Tina, and Tony G. We haven't seen you in a bit. All right, let's go back to live chat. And let me bring it up over here so I can see it better. How's everybody doing today? Um, I use Dr. Ho on my knee. It is helping. Well, my comfrey oil is helping. I just couldn't put any on my knees yesterday because the thought it was so hot that the thought of putting it on my knees, like anything, it would be like putting polyester or plastic wrap on my knees is how I felt about it. So, how you doing today? Hey, Danoof. Hey, Joe. Sherry Leach. Who did I miss? Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody? So today is Wednesday, July 12th. It's Nan's birthday today. Nan is 85 years old today, and I phoned her and I sang our special happy birthday song to her. And on Saturday, we're going down to Howie's sisters in Fraserville for the day to celebrate his mom's 85th birthday. So, oh my goodness. I need a drink of water. So I've been pretty busy today. I got some sleep. So the other day I cleaned the tub, the toilet, and the sink, and today I swept the kitchen floor, the bathroom floor, the hallway, the kitchen floor, dining room floor, and I've cleaned my sinks, loaded my dishwasher, and cleaned my sinks. Because I'm telling you, even if the dishes are rinsed, you can't leave them in the sink. Because these flies are nothing to be trifled with. They're just everywhere. And I don't know where they're coming. It's like there's a dead thing in my basement. But apparently, it's happening everywhere. These great big bumbling black flies. Yes, Gracie's my baby. Yesterday, I didn't eat all day until supper. And I didn't eat all day till supper, and all I did was drink water. So this is my first cup of tea in 2 days. Hey, Misty, how are you, darling? Lacey Black. I'm just shouting out random names if I may think I may have forgotten to shout somebody out. Gracie is 7 years old. She is 7 years old. She's almost my age. In boxer years. She's about my age in boxer years. So isn't it amazing how I can't stand, and I was not always the best dog owner. I've had dogs that lived outside on chains and stuff like that, I'll admit it. But only once. Right? No, twice. I had a guard dog as well. And I realized something really, really important. That dogs are a part of our family. Pets are a part of our family. And if a dog, like Gracie, her lifespan is from 7 to 10 years, on average, I am her family for her whole life. Do you understand? From when we bring her home to the day she dies, we're her family. We're her support system. You know what I mean? So I'm going to have to do some explaining to God, with our very first dog, why I left him chained outside most of the time. What was you doing in my bedroom? What was you doing? Why don't you lay down in front of the fan, sweetheart? Why don't you lay down in front of the fan? Huh? Go lay down, baby. Cool off. Okay? Don't make eye contact. She's going to think she's getting more. There, see? There's her blanket on the floor. Oops. And she doesn't like direct contact with the fan. Excuse me. She doesn't like direct contact with the fan. She's always had issues with her ears. And even when there's nothing wrong with her ears, they're clean. There's no, she hasn't had any corn, so there's no cold sores in her ears and stuff. She still does not like having wind in her ears. You didn't know any better at the point of hundreds of years of people thought dogs were supposed to be outside. I'm so sick of processing green beans, but I'll feed us for the year, I'd say. Well, Danoof, let me tell you, you're going to be really grateful for those green beans. You're going to be really grateful. I'm going to be really grateful for my green beans. As a matter of fact, if I had more, um, if I had more cane poles, I would put up another bed of green beans because, and that is the reason. You're right, Sherry. That is the reason for all our hard work. And I'm going to just say, you folks, you put up like I am really, really not happy with the state of my pantry. My pantry's not bad. I got meat and veg coming out the wazing, right? But you know, I'm doing pantry pull meals because I'm not going out and buying a $5 bag of potatoes. And so I'm learning again this year what my pantry is going to need to see us through to harvest next year. And I'll tell you something, it wasn't 50 or 60 pounds of potatoes. It's going to have to be 100 of canning potatoes, right? And dehydrating potatoes. 26 pounds for $18 and doing them in dehydrated. Awesome. So, what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So I've been busy today. I got some sleep last night. My knees are stiff, but they're not really bad. So I'm just being really careful. Hopefully tonight when Howie gets home, because he works in air conditioning all day and he drives home in an air conditioned car, hopefully he can whippersnip the garden and I will water it and I will plant one bed. And then we could have supper, which is a pantry pull meal. Last year I canned over 60 jars of green beans. Before that, 120 jars. Well, I'll tell ya. What's going on? Where's Half Pint? I didn't see Half Pint come in. Where's Half Pint? I lost my little buddy in October. I had him 15 years, and I still miss him so much. He was our Yorkie baby, and he followed me everywhere. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss, honey. Smaller dogs have a tendency to live longer. I'm hoping Gracie will make it to like 12, right? Hey, Angie, how are you, darling? 6 pounds of goat butter for $10 today, too. Really? Oh my God, Danoof, where are you getting this stuff? I'm hoping that I will be able to get some milk and eggs when Steffi from Let's Homestead instead, when her hens are in like full lay. I want to get about 10 dozen eggs and I will oil them and I will put them in the back of the fridge because I'm telling you, I don't want any more store-bought eggs. They're just a pain in the butt. I'm pretty sure, Sherry, it tastes just like butter as long as the cream wasn't goaty flavored. I have made goat's milk butter, and it's delicious. And it comes out white, and the buttermilk comes out tan. Isn't that wild? I hope she lives a long life, too, because she may be our last dog. Howie seems to think that when Gracie goes, that we're going to get a pair of Boston Terriers or something. And what he doesn't seem to realize is that I am the one who trains them. I'm the one who takes them outside and, you know, takes them outside for a pee every time they wake up. I'm the one who teaches them to, you know, poop and pee outside. And I'm you know, the one that I'm the one that looks after them, right? And I when we got Gracie and then we got Frankie, I said to Howard, when you get home from work, it's going to be your job to put the puppies out when I say so, you know, for the rest of the day, because I've been doing it since I got out of bed. And it's a lot of work and a lot of hard work on my knees. And he go, and then, the dogs that come to him, like I trained them to go out, and he'd go, oh no, you don't need to go out. Come on up on the couch with daddy. And it's like, you're just ruining all the training I've done. So it all depends on how long Gracie is with us. And I hope that's for a very long time. But I'm going to be 60 in January. And Gracie's 7. If she lives another 5 years, I'm going to be 65. And I'm not sure I'm going to be up to training puppies again. Hey, Jill. How are you, darling? Hi, Willows. Well, Boston Terriers are very, very active dogs. They're a terrier, okay? They're little hunters. They like, they like to hunt mice and stuff. But they're going to be small. They are a smaller dog. I actually would like a Frenchie. So we'll see. Hey, Jackie, how are you? Nice of you to join us, Mary Jane. My husband just got a new dog, and I'm sitting outside with her. I'm 68, exactly. I'm doing pretty good, Willows. I'm doing pretty good. My knees are a little stiff today because I worked outside yesterday, and then we got a beautiful, massive downpour of rain. You're gonna see my outdoor video tomorrow on Life with the Wolfies. My Sophie is 14 years old and is such a joy. Keeps me in shape. Absolutely, Linda. Hi, how are you, darling? Anyone know how to get rid of potato bug? Tony G, don't ask me. Anybody who's been watching our half-acre homestead for the last, 13 and a half years is going to know that I have gone to battle with potato bugs over and over and over again. I did soap sprays. I did insecticide, not pesticide, bug sprays. I did natural stuff. I dusted them with diatomaceous earth. And when none of that worked, I used a potato dust. And it still didn't work. I got almost as many potatoes back as I planted. And so potatoes are just something I'm going to have to live with from buying, right? 4 with pepper shake. Yes, I have a video on oiling eggs. It's really simple, okay? Now, people say you can do it with store-bought eggs that they're not oiled. Well, I saw a video on the processing of eggs for stores, and they get washed and air-dried and sprayed with mineral oil to keep them, because when they're washed, the bloom is washed off, and therefore they have to be protected to last longer. So don't do it with store-bought eggs, but if you can get fresh eggs, yes, you're going to have to wash the bloom off, but wash the bloom off just with, warm water and a soft brush or a washcloth. Then you let them air dry, point side down. You let them air dry, point side down. And then you take a little bit, any light oil. You can use sunflower oil, avocado oil, light olive oil, anything like that. And then when the eggs are dry and at room temperature, you cannot do this with refrigerated eggs because they will sweat. Okay? And then that will be a problem. So you wait for them to air dry, then you oil them, and you put a little bit of oil in your hand and you just rub it, and you make sure you coat every part of the egg, and you put them in a dry carton, point side down. And those eggs should be good for 6 to 9 months. I've done it. I'm going to do it again. So, hey, Lori, Kathy, ponder. What are you pondering today, my love? Yes, it has been a while, Lori. How are you? You oil the eggs. Now, that's a really good question, kitty cat. Eggs, the shell is porous because as the babies grow inside the egg, they have to have oxygen. Now, the bloom that coats the egg as it comes out of the chicken's bum, and yes, it comes out of its bum. It only has one hole. Will protect the eggs from bacteria, but allow the chicks to breathe. like allow the egg to breathe. However, you don't want the eggs to breathe because breathing means they spoil faster. So when you wash off the bloom, you have to coat the egg so that it doesn't spoil, it lasts longer. You coat the egg with oil so that they last longer. So you can wash, let air dry, and oil room temperature eggs, and then put them in cartons and put them in the back of your fridge or an old fridge in your garage, whatever. And write a date on the carton, and those eggs are good for 6 to 9 months. I want to pay for extra secret show. What are you talking about, Michelle? Are you talking about Patreon? It should be in my Patreon, should be in the, hi Jackie, should be in the description box below this video. But if you can't see it, Seashell will put it up for you. I like oil better because it's easy for me. I'm an old hen. Me too. Oh, good question, Jackie. Why point side down? Okay. The egg, until the oil gets soaked into the shell, they're slippery and you can't pick up an oiled egg from the small side. And B, when you put them, if you put them fat side down on the carton, the yolk will settle in the bottom. And it's nasty for boiled eggs if you want to make a boiled egg with the yolk in the center. So you put them point side down, it makes them easier to grab, and the yolk sits in the center because it can't fit right down into the point. Does that make sense? Hey, Lisa Allen from Texas. Michelle, it is $5 US a month. And $7.50 for Patreon, it's $5 US a month or $7.50 Canadian. And what that gets you is, I'm doing a live stream at 4 o'clock on Patreon. That gets you Monday, Wednesday, live streams like this, but they're unlisted. You have to obey the rules and not ever share the links with anybody else. What goes on in Patreon stays in Patreon. And it's not like we're having sex chats or anything stupid like that. We're just talking about stuff that, doesn't necessarily need to be heard on mainstream, right? So that's Monday and Wednesdays at 4 o'clock, sometimes later. And then on Fridays, we do Freaky Friday. And Freaky Friday is we get all the disco lights going, and we don't have to go behind the fan. You can have a can of tea or coffee. You can roll yourself something, or you can just have a cup of tea or a glass of iced tea or whatever you want. But we get together and we listen to music and we dance and we sing and we just scrape off any negativity from the previous week. Does that make sense? Yeah, Donna Law, I'm so glad that you're back. And if you are on my YouTube, or not my YouTube, if you are on my Facebook, in my Facebook Messenger, I do my best to invite as many patrons with a direct message as possible, right? Yeah. Hand me down my walking cane, hand me down my hat, you and me. Now hurry now, we won't be late, 'cause we ain't got time to chat. Rubber Band Man. My grandson came to me asking, why is this apple squishy? It's a plum. Oh my God, Sherry. Teach that child. So, I have found where I can get a compatible. Now, everybody was asking me why my apricot tree does not produce, because it needs a pollinator. Not all apricot trees need a pollinator. But I have found where I bought this tree, I'm going to be able to buy a new apricot tree, but I'm going to order it in January because they're sold out by February, March. Hey, Desert Lady, nice to meet you. If I haven't met you before. That is so cute. It is. But Granny, teach that child the difference between a plum and an apple. His first plum. Oh my God, that's precious. That is so precious. So that's why you oil eggs, and that's why you only use fresh eggs. So I'm really hoping that now I tried water glassing them in the past. I water glassed about 12 dozen eggs, and they all went bad. They all went bad. So I will never do that again. We love dry. Uh-oh, is somebody here? Hang on, I got to turn on my cameras. Gracie may just be trying to get attention. You never know, right? She'll say, Mommy, Mommy, somebody's pulled in the driveway. Hang on. Gracie, you're lying. You're lying. Ha ha! I got security cameras, Gracie. Ain't nothing going on out there. I'll be right back. I want to see what she's barking about. What? What? Hey, zip it. You're in the house. What? What? Nobody out there. Want out? Nobody is out there, Grace. Nobody. Not the mailman. Nothing. You see a squirrel? Nothing. She's faking. She just wanted out. But she made it sound like, hey, somebody's here. You gotta let me out to eat them. No. She just wants to sit in the sun. She goes out. I don't have a fly swatter in here. Bugger. I got you too. Is anyone doing container gardening, and do you find it takes a lot more watering? Absolutely, it takes more watering. Actually, it takes less, but you do have to water them, Joe, because containers, did you plant your tomatoes? Containers don't have depending on the size of your container, it doesn't have enough surface area for the rain. Now my raised beds are 3 feet by 4 feet. They get pretty good, but they still get watered. Amir, hi! How's New York today? Linda, Bob, good. I'm glad you made it. Ooh, see, I told you I got him. So tonight, let me know if you want to see remember I did a live making headbands. This is one I made after the live, and I kind of like it. I use grow bags, which seem to breathe more. Oh, New York. Yeah, it's beautiful here today. It really is. But we're supposed to get rain the rest of the week. And so I'm hoping when Howie gets home that he will, like I said, he works in air conditioning and he's driving home in air conditioning. Maybe he can whippersnip around the garden for me. And then the reason I'm looking at the clock is I got to set up for my live stream soon. And I want to plant a bit of spinach or maybe more beans. I wonder if I have any beans that are not pole beans. I deliberately I haven't planted the lavender, and I deliberately leave the seeds in here because it smells so good. I thought I had some regular beans, sugar pumpkins, or maybe I'll just plant more zucchini. Okay, ideal market. Pole support. So, I don't know, but I'm going to plant, I've got one more bed out there, and beans are something I can plant. Had a pool party and cookout yesterday. Oh, that sounds lovely. Did you get the storm? It was so hot here yesterday. It was like 86 degrees in the shade, or 30 degrees Celsius. And people think that's, I know a lot of my southern friends think that's not hot, but for here it is, right? We have dig days. Okay, wait a second. I missed something. What's dig days? Lunch break over, back to the office. Take care, Jill. Mwah. Hey, Carla from Nova Scotia. I got a whole bunch of family heading out east. My cousin Pat is. I thought there was a fly on me. My cousin Pat and his wife are in PEI. I have my cousin Sean lives in PEI, and Marilyn and Johnny are coming up on Monday, staying overnight. Oh, they're not, but they're not going to PEI. But my brother and his wife are going to PEI too. After I guess they're going today. I don't know. Hey, Lori Pierre. Storm coming tomorrow. I'm trying to swim in it. Well, I'm going to swim in it. Me too. Me too. I tell you, if I wasn't live streaming yesterday, I would have been dancing in the rain. I really would have been. But y'all don't want to see that. Dog days of summer means it rains each afternoon and it's so muggy. Do you know what dog days of summer actually means? July is the dog days of summer. It's the time when there's the most rabid animals. Rabies is prevalent in the month of July. That's why they call it the dog days of summer, as far as I know. So I have to go out. Everything seemed to be okay, but I can't get out in the garden because the weeds are so high that I will fall even with the walker. I'll get tangled. My feet will get tangled. The feet of the walker will get tangled. So, and we're supposed to get rain the rest of the week. So I'm going to ask Howie to whippersnip when he gets home. Dog days of summer, but that doesn't start until August. I thought it was July. Maybe it depends on where you live too, right? Because July is our hottest month. July is our hottest month. So, and I slept so good last night. I got like 3 hours and then 4 hours and then another hour. So I was like, yeah. So today I got up, I swept my bathroom, my hall, my dining room, my kitchen. I loaded the dishwasher and scrubbed the sinks. And because the flies are bad, you can't, even if your dishes are rinsed, you can't leave anything in your sink. The flies just go nuts. So that's, I'll be vacuuming again probably tomorrow. But that's what's going on. You're going to see on our half-acre homestead that tomorrow that I did some work in my tomatoes and some other things, and I got a surprise wild growth coming up that you're going to see on the video on our half-acre homestead that I'm really excited about. But yeah, I'm really hoping I'm looking for this, I think it's a Mustang tree. I'm going to get orchard grade, which means it may be a little smaller, it may be not like perfectly straight or anything like that, but it's $20 cheaper. And it's still going to produce the same fruit. So this fall, I want Howie to dig up my this entire bed from the apricot tree to the other end, and I want him to dig up my lilies, my irises, and lilies, irises, and my blackcurrant bushes. And then I'm going to relocate the blackcurrant bushes and the lilies and the daylilies in the fall. And hopefully come spring, I will have a second apricot tree in the corner. And I'll I might grow my herb garden in between them because it gets shade, but herbs do better in shade anyway. August is your hottest month. Yeah, I do love it when it rains. Lena Kay, hi darling. So how's the weather out in Nova Scotia, Carla? Because I'll tell you what, today it's beautiful. And I keep thinking that we got more rain coming, but I haven't checked. I haven't checked the forecast. I checked it yesterday, and then we had a thunderstorm watch, then a thunderstorm warning, and then we had rain and hail and a thunderstorm. And it cooled things right down, topped up the pool, watered the garden. I was so happy. So happy. So I want to go creek swimming. Oh, we used to have this place in Apsley called the Deep Hole. And there was this kind of bare patch of ground between Mickey's Hotel, which is, I think, a retirement home now, and a house. There was this lot, right? And you would just walk down that lot, and there was a bed there to the Eels Creek. And there was this spot in Eels Creek. You just step on the rock and jump right in, because the creek had a deep hole in this one spot. So we called it the Deep Hole. And I remember when I worked on McFadden's Road, working in the bush, clearing brush and building picnic tables and stuff. I got on my bike at lunch hour and went swimming, right, in the hot weather. Do black currants reestablish themselves? I thought they don't transplant well. Well, I bought them as seedlings, and if they don't, I'll get more, right? But I'm starting to plan where things are going, and I'm really hoping I can afford a couple of loads of fill for the ravine there, and then a load of topsoil, and then in the spring a load of garden soil, so that I see that load of garden soil I got. I only used half of it, so whenever Jimmy comes, before he plows the driveway, I'll say, if you're going by or something, just shove that right into the ravine, right? Because that ravine is eventually going to be garden. But I am going to have to put an electric fence around that garden for the simple. And so I'm looking into a solar electric fence. I'm going to have to put up a solar electric fence to keep the bears and the deer out. So, hey, Rosie Slade. I hope so. I hope so, Joe. I can only hope so. Right? How's that grandbaby? My goodness, he's crawling and standing up, pulling himself up on his feet and standing. And we're going down on the 22nd. So this Saturday, we're going down to Howie's sister's for his mom's 85th birthday. And then the following Saturday, we're going down to Kingston and visiting with Arthur and Mel and the grandbaby. So that's going to be really awesome. He's teething. I think he's cutting these two teeth because he's got these two. I think he's cutting these one. It's amazing, you know. Grandparents and grandbabies have a whole line of communication. We understand each other. Do you know why? Because I'm not his parent. I'm not his mom. I'm his grandy, right? So, you know, God love the parents. They have to worry about bills and diapers and nutrition and all this stuff. I just have to worry about being entertaining to my grandchild. And the truth is, he gets me more than most people. Why? Because he's growing up and I'm getting old. His teeth are coming in and mine are falling out. He's learning to walk and I'm learning to shuffle now. You know what I mean? So he's coming into all this wonderful life and I'm going out of it, and we're enjoying each other's company and journey. He's only 7 months. Well, he won't be 7 months old till the 20th, but he's almost 7 months old. And you know, it was funny. I got a picture. My nephew Mikey, my sister's little boy, all right, give me a second here. My nephew Mikey, who is probably 46, 47 years old. When they lived in Apsley, okay, Dr. Ray's and Dr. Sally are both gone now, God rest their souls. My nephew would go play with the doctor's kids. Well, the doctor got called on an emergency, and Mikey was left with the babysitter, the emergency babysitter, and the doctor's son, Patrick. And the doctor forgot to tell the babysitter who Mikey was. So she said, and who are you? When when you're at home. And she looked at him and he said, I guess he said, I'm Mikey. And she looked at him and she said, I know who you are. You look just like Bev. And she said, I know where you need to go. And she got him home because there was no mistaking he was related to me. Right? So, when Edward met Mikey's in his 40s now, right? For the first time, Mikey and, I don't know if it was for the first, maybe it was for the first time, but Mikey and my great nephew Noah walked in, and I was on FaceTime with Mel and Bubba. And so I said, please, let me just see him. Let me just see Mikey pick him up. I want to see Bubba's reaction. And Mikey picked him up, and it was all blurry. I got a couple of screenshots, but it was blurry. But Mikey picked him up, and Bubba went, looked at him, and then went, oh, and just draped himself on my nephew's chest. He recognized family. I'm going to be a great grandma in October. Oh my goodness, that's wonderful, Mary Jane. It's going to be hot. We're going to have another heat wave. We're having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave. Now listen, guys, I got to set up for my Patreon live stream, which is at 4 o'clock. So I'm going to say take care. God bless. I love you guys. And remember, love starts with loving yourself. Okay? Accepting yourself exactly who you are and not necessarily changing yourself for anybody. Right? And once you got that hammered, you can love everybody else. You can even people you hate, you can find a way to love them. Because hate is a disease that only love cures. Right? Take care. God bless. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I will see you guys tomorrow night for our regular Thursday night live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Mwah! Take care. God bless. Don't ever forget you're loved. Always.